next weekend, September 28th through the 30th. If you plan on playing, you have until Monday to register if you want a shot at that big prize
Yep,
pool.
it's going to be to 6 p.m. Eastern, all right? Also, going down at the event, we got our 2v2 tournament. It's free entry, 10K prize pool, all right? So make sure you guys, you guys definitely got a chance to play in that. The pool play teams cannot play in that. Also, another thing is, we got free play hours on Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you guys want to come out, use some of the stations, scrim practice, get Roster Mania started off a little bit early, by all means, you're welcome to. So that's 4 hours if you just, you guys doing your wagers or whatever you guys want to do. Challenge me to a 1v1 while I ain't got a cast. If you want these hands, okay? You could definitely get them. 2v2 mid-box, old got one style?
I'm down.
You down?
Hands
all right,
down.
y'all. I got to put my backpack on, but I do it. I do it.
I still got a little bit left to the take, just a tiny bit.
All right. I'm going to hold you to that.
But Blaze, what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Pool play draw. Would you like to explain how this goes?
Yes, I will. So, it's going to be the same thing as we had before, as we had on all the other single draws before. The first draw is determined by, First off, we got our top 4 teams seeded through pools A through pool D, which is going to be Optic Gaming, Echo Fox, Ghost Gaming, and then it's going to be Space Station Gaming. So from there, it's going to be a snake draft. So the first team that we pull is going to go into pool D, but only one international team can go in each group. So if the first team I pull is Optic Mexico, they're going to have to go to pool C because Space Station Gaming is currently occupying pool D, and we can only have one international team in each pool, and we have 4 international teams total that we're pulling today.
Yes, and Blaze, kicking things off, Optic Gaming, they of course have the #1 seed. The one thing about this team that I really like heading into San Diego is that they've just been absolutely dominant, okay?
Yeah.
Under the lead of Explosives, he leads by example. You have some of the best players in the game throughout the last few years in Gears of War and Praise. You have Solars. There's nothing that this team cannot do. They know how to properly play the game, and it shows as they win event after event.
It really does show after they win. After they just win so many back-to-back events. They are one of the most dominant teams in Gears of War esports history. Very well polished. But on the flip side, okay, you see them there in Pool A. But on the flip side, the team that's been giving them the most problems has to be Echo Fox. This is a team in which you've seen in so many finals. This is the team that has been the bane in Optic Gaming's existence for the most part. Even though Optic's been winning, but after the past Roster Mania, you got Icy on the team. You got Kenny on the team as well. And both these guys bring a new type of fire to Echo Fox, but you can't forget about the young gun himself, the MVP of the season. It is Powers. He's there. He dropped 550 kills at the last event. We wasn't able to get his KDA, but this event, we're going to be able to rock that KDA and put that stat line down as well.
When everybody turned their backs on him, Echo Fox showed up and played their hearts out by getting top 2 at our last event. But Blaze, Pool C, the team that we just saw face off against Optic Gaming, Ghost Gaming, led by CP Time. You have the Mexican Wonder Identities. You have Sleepy, you Speedy, you have Rezik on this team, a new pickup. It's going to be extremely interesting to see how this team meshes and play in San Diego.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see, what is Ghost Gaming? What kind of Ghost Gaming are we gonna get at this event? They've had their share of their roster changes. I'm pretty sure they've had a roster change. I want to say after every single event, besides the Dallas to Vegas, I believe. Other than that, they pretty much had a roster change every single event. But this team, they got all the right pieces, okay? They have the talent. They just need to get it all meshing together, go out there and play their game, all right? Because on the flip side, we saw in Vegas, that Space Station Gaming roster, it was a hot unit, okay? We saw them play 3 times in Vegas. That was the event in which Ghost Gaming came out on top. But this is a new Space Station Gaming team, okay? They got a new member. They got Jack in the mix, okay? They're still as talented. Marsh is gone, but they're looking to finally get their first win in the books.
And one thing I like to point out, Phelpsy and Craze have been better than ever. The duo that stuck together throughout so long in Gears of War, they have gotten even better in Gears of War, and I'm really excited to see what Space Station Gaming will do in Pool D and also in San Diego. And ladies, there you have it. Pool A starting off with Optic Gaming, Pool B Echo Fox, Pool C Ghost Gaming, and Pool D Space Station GG.
All right, y'all. So same thing that we do, you know, every draw show. I'm gonna mix up the first bowl, see who we get.
Make sure they see it.
First team I
Snap
pull
ready.
out. Oh yeah, my fault.
All right,
Yeah,
there we go.
Here we go. All right, so they don't hear the clicking and clacking.
All right.
All right, our first team, you guys. Let's just pull it right away. I'm gonna pull them all. Don't hate me.
Put up
okay?
to the camera.
Woo! Reciprocity.
That's what I like
All right.
to see.
So reciprocity. We're gonna be having those guys go into Pool D. That roster is gonna be Crash, Lava, Vital, Pale, and Soto. You pretty much your old E United team with a few new players on there because Shock and Rezik aren't a part of there, but you still get a dominant Slayer in Pale, you know, coming towards the roster. Also, you got Vital as well. Vital's coming in with Soto. So
Versatile.
it is, you know. So you still got the pieces there, but this is the team where teamwork is going to have to be prioritized, especially if they want to come out and win an event. They got the slaying power, though. They will be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, a bit of a blow with Shock and Rezik leaving them, but Reciprocity, they have a lot to prove, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do matched up against the likes of Space Station Gaming.
All right, let's see what our next team is going to be. So it's only one other international team in this first bowl, and that's going to be Optic Mexico. So since they will be able to fall anywhere else in this one, but in Pool C, we're going to be having World Best Gaming.
Can I start this off?
Yes, you can.
Demo Bounce is back. There's nothing much more you can say about this guy. Demo came with the vengeance. He's teaming up with his old duo Klaus, but Blaze, they picked up Blast, an AM player that's gone completely off.
And God Plays.
They picked up God Plays, and they also have Shock. This is my dark horse team of San Diego, and you can quote me. I feel like they can creep up into the top 3, top 4 status.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one because, you know, you didn't got Demo who didn't hit retirement, came out of retirement, back here, you know, he's back with his teammate Clouds. The last time I believe he played with Clouds, because I don't think, last
event.
Yeah, he did play with him last event, right?
Yes, sir.
And that duo together, you know, I feel like it's always been a great duo. We watched them in that E United match versus Optic Gaming in London. Yes, it was so long ago, but just that duo together works so well. God Plays and Blast. When they were on that Aspire roster, I believe in Vegas.
Yes.
I thought that roster was so well, but you saw they were the 2 top slayers off that one.
Yep.
And you got Shock. You know, he's such a smart player, one of our most talented slayers on the circuit. This team can make upsets. They do, and I think them being in Ghost Gaming Pool is probably one of the best things that could have happened. You know, let God Plays get some revenge in there, and I think that's the right pool to definitely do it.
I wouldn't say this is Ghost Gaming's pool.
You know, we're gonna look at the. Let me pull another one out so we can see who go into the final 2 pools. But let's go right here. I want this one.
This for Echo Fox.
Yeah. The team that will be in Echo Fox's pool in Pool B would be Rise Nation.
There we go.
Yes.
This is what we wanted.
Yes.
Rise Nation. You have a Vexy, Zerting, Detox, young but capable slayers. This team, they can go off, but consistency has been the question for this roster. What do you think they can do?
Oh man, they can get it done. You know what?
They can.
Detox being added onto this roster, I thought was a great pickup.
Chirpy.
Detox is, you know, going to be one of my rising. He was one of my rising stars in Gears 4, Gears 5. That's probably going to be his game moving on forward to the future. Super talented now, but he's going to be on the circuit for a long time. I think that's going to be a good matchup. You know, even saw some trash talk between both those teams on Twitter the other day.
Love it.
So I'm looking forward to it. Even more, but let's make it official. Draw the last one out, and we got both Optics in the same pool. We got Optic Mexico, and we got Optic Gaming.
Optic Mexico, a team that I feel like they haven't hit their ceiling yet. A team that's so much better than what they've showed last event. Led by Chaos. You have Adverse. You have all these players on this team where they can go off at any time. You have monkeys in the front lines as well. I feel like Optic Mexico and San Diego, they're going to really show this community who they are by going completely off. And, hey, against Optic Gaming, you know, the brother team, I like to see how that match turns out.
Yeah, man. This is for our first round so far. We're going to look at the overhead pools in a second. But this one, it's going to be great, right?
Yeah.
You know, Optic Gaming versus Optic Mexico. And this is actually, you know what, before the event at the Microsoft Store, both these teams are going to be playing against each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they get to play each other before the actual event in a little scrimmage at the Microsoft Store that Wednesday. And then they're going to have to play each other at the event. So it's Optic on Optic action. I'm with it.
I like it.
You know, Reciprocity versus Space Station, I think that was one of the better pools that they could have got out of that one. Echo Fox versus Rise Nation.
That's gonna put some hair on their chest.
That's gonna be
put
good.
some hair on their chest. Rise Nation needs that.
Yeah, they do. That's going to be a good first matchup for them. And they had some close games, I believe. Actually, I may be wrong. I won't say they had some close games in NOLA, but the Ghost Gaming versus World's Best, that's going to be God plays going against that old Ghost Gaming roster.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good one for that team. That's going to be a good confidence builder for them guys.
So far, that's my favorite matchup. That was okay, Blaze.
Yeah, that was a good first round. I think that was perfect. Now, let's see how this next set goes. So, folks, like I said, it's a snake draft. So the first team I pull out of this pool will be going into Pool A.
Yes.
Unless it's an international team, which then at that point, they're going to have to go to Pool B because we already have Optic Mexico in Pool A. So the team in which we're going to be pulling to go into Pool A will be Simplicity, and this is not an international team, so Simplicity will go into Pool A, and that's going to have Sneak, Exclusive, Hezi, Toy Soldier, Zidane, and Exclusive.
Yeah, the one thing I like about this roster is that when we saw them last event, this roster minus Toy actually beat Echo Fox the first time around, but they picked up a veteran player in Toy Soldier, a walking highlight reel, a guy that can go off at any time. We've seen what we've done in Dallas and other events. I'm really excited to see what this team can do because I feel like they're also a sleeper roster.
And the last event, yeah, exactly. So this guy, they got the talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got the talent. Toy coming on this team, I think it's going to be a good one. Toy is no stranger to playing against Optic Gaming and Optic Mexico. But the question is, I want to see some classic Toy Soldier. I want to see some Gears 3 Toy Soldier action where he's in your face, where he's setting the tempo of the match, where he's being the IGL, where he's doing it all. Because when Toy is in the mix and not involved, he is at his best. If this roster can get that, he has all the pieces around him.
Yeah.
The Simplicity roster has all those pieces to make a good run. And that's the best pool that you want to be in to get the best possible practice you can get before you go into that champ bracket.
Because you're facing some of the best teams in the game already.
Yep.
All right. So, Blaze for the next pool.
All right, let's go.
These are pretty staticky pools so far, man.
These are. I'm with it,
They're pretty good. I like it.
Whoa. Going into Pool B.
Fire
is
and
going to
ice.
Be fire and ice.
There you have it.
Pool B currently has Rise Station and Echo Fox, so this will be our first international team to go into Pool B. Fire and ice. You got some familiar faces on this team. You got Involving, B-God, Toy Daz, Crystallize, Choche as well. So this team, they definitely have the firepower.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen, these guys perform at the top a lot. But let's see what they want to bring to San Diego.
Oh, they're going to bring the heat, Blaze. They're going to bring the heat. You know why? Because they have Crystallize. Crystallize has been one of my favorite players in the Latin American community, and he can go off at any moment. This guy, I've seen him play against Powers in 1v1s. I've seen what he's done at events. This team has some serious firepower, but can they bring it together in San Diego? That's going to be their biggest question.
It really is going to be the big, and this is a good pool for them to do it in. They're going to have all the Fire and Ice fans there. It's going to be on the West Coast. Now, our last two are pretty much decided already. Because Lucid has to go into Pool C.
Yes.
Because Space Station is already in Pool D. So we're gonna just pull it out right in a proper order it needs to happen. It's gonna be Lucid going into Pool C, and they're gonna be joined by World Best Gaming and Ghost Gaming as well. Now we just saw Lucid play tonight against Space Station Gaming. Now this is a talented roster, all right? And this is a good pool for them to come out and actually make a name for themselves. We saw Jack beat Ghost Gaming.
Yeah.
In NOLA.
Jack and Zorkos were absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, they smacked them up.
Yeah.
They smacked them up. Ghost Gaming barely made it out of pools in NOLA. They got blessed.
I like this.
So now Jack gets to get his revenge, and you got God players get to get his revenge. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I just pulled the best pools that we ever had, and I'm not. It's just a wrap. Let's pull the last one out, make it official. All right, yo, Elevate, where you at? Bada bing, bada boom.
There you have it.
And Elevate is gonna be
upside down.
Oh, sorry. Elevate is there with Reciprocity. In Space Station Gaming, which I think that makes that whole pool a little bit more even. It keeps the pool even. Yeah, Space Station, they're a threat, but Space Station, they can't sleep on Reciprocity or Elevate because they will take that top spot from them.
I like the fact that we have Yogurt, Heza, Crushing Firearm, and Domes on the same team. Yeah, you look on paper and they're now the top 2 caliber team, some people would say, but this team has a lot of hunger, a lot of fight, and a lot of experience. Yogurt, he's a champion. Crushmo has gone far. Heza can slay his butt off. So them being in this pool, I would say is perfect against the likes of Reciprocity and Space Station Gaming.
Yo, if I just pulled the most fire pulls in Gears 4 history, yo, tweet me and let me
This
know.
is honestly the best.
Because I think this is even. I don't even know what the pool of death is. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to have to bring Ribs in here soon so we can get his opinion on it. Because I'm curious to see which one is going to be the most difficult pool.
Yeah. I want to say A or C.
I was going to say C.
C or A.
C or D. You know, yo, Ribs, where you at, fam? Come in real quick.
Yo, pick up the mic.
Yo, speak to me.
I'm
You there?
here, man. I'm here.
What's
I'm
up,
here.
Ribs?
Yo,
I'm just waiting for my cue.
yo,
man.
were those good pulls or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's too good to be true, honestly. Everyone in the chat saying rigged. And I don't want to blame you, Blaze. But somebody there is pulling the strings. And honestly, these, like, you have the storylines for days. You know, I've been here in the Ghost Gaming offices, and the whole time we've been saying, we're going to get World's Best Gaming. We're going to get World's Best Gaming.
Yeah.
You know, Demo and Shock. These are all players. God Plays. These are all players that were potentially on Ghost. God Plays already on Ghost. And now, you know, they beat them in the 2K, then we beat them last 2K, you know, previous Sundays. So now we're going to play against them in pool play. Not to mention, you know, you got Pool B, where we had Twitter fingers going on with Echo Fox and Rise just a few days ago.
Hold on. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's since we're talking about the Ghost Gaming pool, let's break down Pool C a little bit more. And like you said, you guys got that rivalry against the world's best gaming players, but also Lucid in pool play and NOLA has slapped them up.
Yeah.
And we all know, we were saying how Ghost probably should have made it out.
Yeah. That Lucent team is interesting. It's really interesting because, you know, this is the most diverse team of all time. You got Spanish players,
French
you got French players, and then you got Jack Reaction. I have no idea what their comms even sound like.
We're going to have to definitely do listeners on that team.
But the skill is there, and in my opinion, that would be the death pool. But it's like you said, these pools are stacked. The storylines are there.
All right, let's move up.
You know, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, so let's move on. Let's talk a little bit more about Pool A, okay? We got Optic Gaming, Optic Mexico, and we got, what's going to be the other team? We got Simplicity in there as well. So, Optic Mexico, they got a chance to see. One thing about being on Optic, right, is that you get to play the Optic Gaming team, right? You get to land against these guys before the event. I do believe the stat line was something like they played like 24 maps against Optic before the event.
Jeez.
They didn't win too many of those maps, and I feel like that kind of got into the Optic Mexico players' heads. You know what I'm saying? Even though it shouldn't have, you should kind of go into it like, okay, I got some of the best practice that we could have ever got against the best team in the game.
Right.
Everybody else should be, it should be easy peasy from there. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to slap up everybody else, but they struggled the last event, you know, for their debut event under the Optic Gaming banner. Do you think that the Optic Mexico team is going to have a better showing coming into San Diego?
I think they'll do well. I mean, it's very hard to rule out, you know, Optic North America against any team. You know,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be that guy to try to call that upset.
Yeah, even
But,
if you call in
Optic
that number
Mexico,
2 spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, you know, Simplicity, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt too. You know, my ex-teammate Toy Soldier, like you said, I want to see him come through a walking highlight reel. I
He
want to
really
see him
is.
go off,
Seriously.
30 bombs, front spawn. But all in all, I think that pool would be pretty easy to call. You know, the 2 Optics on top, and then that Simplicity squad coming in third.
I will say, you know, if Toy can kind of find that mojo and feels like, you know, it feels like kind of like he's playing from behind. You know what I'm saying? And if he feels that pressure, he's going to be a walking highlight reel. So that's going to be awesome. So let's actually move on, talk a little bit more about Pool B.
Yes.
Where we're going to have Echo Fox, Fire and Ice, and Rise Nation.
Yes, Rise Nation. We saw them go 3-0 in pools last time. But Ribs, how do you feel about Echo Fox coming back? Everybody turned their backs on them, top 2, and now they're here again.
Well, they've been struggling a little bit online, but it was the same thing going into New Orleans. They lost like 2K after 2K to Demo's team, and then they came in New Orleans and they found themselves and they played well all the way through Championship Sunday. I think they played like 14 maps on Sunday. It's like that team has what it takes, especially on land, Kenny and Icy. And then Rise Nation, I like their pickup with Detox and Jerpy. So for sure, I mean, that team was going at it the other day. They were in the middle of scrimming and they started talking trash on Twitter, and it was almost getting personal to the point where like Drix is like, if you're gonna talk trash to me like this, do not come to me in person and try to shake my hand because you're talking crazy right now. And it all started with Zerp thing and Avexes with a little bit of teabagging, but they do that for fun.
Yeah,
And,
you know, it's that scrim etiquette, so to speak. And you know, if you play scrims, you kind of know the scrim etiquette. And there's certain things you do, certain things you don't do, but you easily
Things
know.
get heated.
Yeah, you know how to get in your opponent's hair, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some of that same BM on land as well against both those teams. So that's gonna be a grudge match. Now we got our last and final pool. It's going to be Pool D. And I think I said this was the most evenly stacked pool that we've seen so far, with Space Station Gaming, Elevate, and Reciprocity in there as well.
So, Rivs, Reciprocity coming in, Crash, Lava, Vital, Sam, Soto, and Pell. How do you feel about this new look roster under this new org?
So that team, out of all the teams in pool play, I would expect that team to cause an upset. If it wasn't them, it would be World's Best Gaming.
Yeah,
so I'm looking at Ghost, make sure you don't get upset. But Reciprocity is definitely looking at Space Station right now, saying this is the pool that I would like to be in. You know, they don't want to play against Optic, obviously. I don't know how they feel about Echo and Ghost. But a lot of the North American players still feel that they could take out the European God Squad. And I always say, you know, after a roster change, you know, Marsh was one of my favorite players on that team, and I know some stuff went down behind the scenes, and you know, they ended up doing that roster change. And nothing against Jack, you know, Godfex, but I do think any team that makes a roster change usually comes out the next event not playing as well. You know, they lose some chemistry, they lose some stuff. So I think Reciprocity is looking at that pool like, let's go. We could take that first seed in that pool, and we could show people that, you know, that this is the former E United squad. Soto and Sam, two very valuable players in my opinion. Teammates, you know, team players, you know, they're all around players. So, you know, Crash, Pell, these are top players in my opinion.
And also on a flip end, you got Domes, Yogurt, Hesitations, Crushmore, and Firearm, right? You got some of those old you know, PJJ members on the same team. Well, technically only two of them, but still, those players, we've still seen them time and time again make things happen. Yogurt, I don't care what team Yogurt is on. I've seen him clutch up so much in Gears 3 and make big plays in Gears 4, and he has slayers around him. But I know Elevate's looking at this like this is a winnable pool, and I do believe, you know how talented Space Station Gaming is, a lot of the North American teams still feel like, yeah, they're the number one team in Europe, but we can still contend with them, and we can still best them if we bring our A game.
The one thing I really like about Elevate is that when you look at this roster on paper, Rivs, feel free to chime in. You have a complete team. You have Yogurt and Domes, two great team players. They're Lancer first. They play for their teammates first, and they're really big on communication. On the slaying end, you have Crushmo and Heza. Crushmo, one of the most clutch, deadliest players to ever touch this game. Heza, he can drop 40 bombs on you if he pleases. But also you have Firearm, the specialist, the guy that can slay Lancer. He's versatile, but he's also a beast with a sniper. How do you feel that this team is going to wind up in San Diego? Do you feel like they're capable of a lot of upsets?
They're in a good upset position.
Yeah, this is Gears of War we're talking about. Everyone's capable of upsets. This team, you know, they definitely have good heads on their shoulder, good slaying power. For sure, if they do well, I'm going to credit Y Jeter with that Elevate weapon skin. Oh, you know, that skin is so swaggy. Nice. You know, when you roll out of spawn and you got your org on your back, you got that skin. It looks cool. It's got the hashtag Red Rebellion. That'll make you hit some more shots.
Yeah,
so if they do well, they got to give some of their winnings to Y Jeter for sure.
Yeah, now it really will help you hit those shots. You got to think about that mental game, and sometimes you're playing that mental game before the match even starts. From how your team woke up that day, you know, what y'all ate, how y'all communicating with each other, what's the vibes like before you even roll out for the first time. You know, all of that plays a big part. But for you guys, for our last and final time, these are our overall pools, and we thought NOLA was amazing. I can guarantee you that San Diego is going to be our craziest event to date, competition wise, intensity, you know, viewership, audience. It's going to be smooth, man. It's going to be everything.
Hey Ribs, let me talk to you. Taking a look at these overall pools, which one is a pool of death?
That's Pool C.
Pool C. And why is that?
Yes. Well, World's Best Gaming, that is a roster I would have never expected to come together. I think it was Ghost Gaming's fault that roster did come together, pulling Shock over and then pushing Shock away, pulling Demo over, pushing Demo away, giving Godplays a little taste of what it's like to be on the top team, and then kicking him to the curb. So all those players are hungry. You know, they have what it takes. They're going to set their egos aside. So that team right there is very scary. Like I said, it's Reciprocity and World's Best Gaming that I expect to cause the upsets in San Diego.
You know what? I was going to say, I got to piggyback off of that. I was going to say, I got to piggyback off that real quick, just because the fact is that Pool C and Pool D, I'm gonna have to go with it as well. That you know, those are gonna have to be my pools of death. You know what I'm saying? Same reasons that Rib said. You know, World's Best Gaming is that roster. It just the way it looks on paper looks so good. Let's see how they're gonna play. They don't have nothing to lose. That roster, if you think about it, all those players that has lost a lot throughout the last 2 seasons. They've taken some crazy L's. You know what I'm saying? But if they come together, this could be what they've all been waiting for.
I'm going to say Pool A and Pool B. I mean Pool C, excuse me.
Pool A and Pool C?
So it's pretty much determined that Pool C is pretty much a pool of death. But on Pool A, you have 2 Optics and Simplicity. I don't want to go against Crash. I don't want to go against Explosives. And you don't want to see me in a 1v1 against Monkeys. I'm going to lose that every time. So Pool A is definitely scary with Pool C, with Ghost Gaming, World Best Gaming, and Reaction and Zorkos on Lucent Esports. That's a scary pool.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But yeah, man, that's our pools, you guys. That's everything. You know, Ribs, any final thoughts?
Nah, it's like I said, it's too good to be true. When I look at these pools, it's like you have so much static, you have so many storylines, and I don't want to point any fingers, but somebody's pulling the strings, making sure that we're gonna have excitement coming right off the bat Friday, day 1 in pool play.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to finesse this caster schedule on what matches I'm doing.
There you go, pull the strings. All right, I'm pointing fingers at you now, Blaze. It's definitely you. It's definitely you. Making all this happen.
Peace out, Ribs. You said too much.
Thanks for stopping by, man. We'll see you in San Diego, all right?
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right, get off the screen.
There you go. That's why I appreciate Ribs. You know, Ribs got the Ghost Gaming shirt on, but there's no bias to them whatsoever. That's why we love bringing them back. You know what I'm saying? Telling it like it is. But, man, those are our pools, everybody. And it's stacked up, man. This is the way it was all meant to be, and this is the way it was meant to be pulled. And we got the craziest pulls that we had so far. I'm ready for San Diego.
Oh yeah, Blaze, I want to thank you for being with me here on Fight Night. Ladies and gentlemen, next weekend we will see you live from San Diego. Once again, I'm your host, Veli. Right next to me is the most loved Guy Blaze. And we want to thank you for tuning in to Fight Night, and we'll see you next time in San Diego.